Yes, sir. Technology giving you a challenges. Uh, I hope I can join back again. Can you tell me again? If it's a still problem, then maybe I need to reschedule this appointment. If anybody is like watching me live, can you tell me you can hear us? And if you can, then we can do continue this interview. If not, then we need to reschedule. Anybody watching us live can tell me everything is going fine or not yet still. Hello? If it's fine, the you guys can hear me. Can you please write me a comment? Then I can start this interview. Um, I'm gonna say like my name is Kulwinder Samra, and I'm today very excited. The doors of opportunity you are unlocked, but you will never know unless you try it. And open the first. Today is an opportunity for me to meet Jim Lupkin. He is a father, family-oriented man. He's a best-selling author on Amazon, and he's a trainer. He's a coach. He's an inspiring person. Look like when I see his profile and come across. Hi, Claudia. Can you hear me properly? I think Claudia, you are watching me alive. Can you tell me if you can hear me before going further? I'm bringing him on a live, but before internet is like breaking. Can you tell me you can hear me? Can you write me a message? You can hear me properly? Less if we can. Hi, Jillian. Can you tell me you can hear me properly? Then we can bring Jim Lupkin on the line because my internet is breaking before, and Jane is joining us from Houston, and a couple people joining before from India, but they said they can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Just write me a message, please. Thank you. Then we can bring him on. I'm so excited. You guys are too, I think. Let's meet him today. Tell me if you guys can hear me properly. We are interviewing Jim Lupkin. He's a predictive social media best-selling author. In a couple days, before he released a book, and so excited. I met so many people through social media, and I'm so excited to get him on this call. I hope everything is working properly from my end. And Jillian, thank you. Hi, Jim. Nice to meet you.
Hello, I can hear you now.
Oh, thank you. I changed my direction, and the one thing is my mistake. I on the fan. I sat in my Sandek room. That's why maybe it's interrupting. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Oh, you as well.
Yeah, and I'm so excited, and I see your pictures and everything. Like, I just be honest, I read one chapter. Your seven C's inspire me so much. Let's start our today's meeting. So many exciting people all around the globe watching us. My first question: how do you not get stuck in 9 to 5?
Ah, how do you not get stuck in a 9 to 5? Well, I think as you age, it's easier to get stuck in a 9 to 5 because you start to get more and more responsibilities. And when you say 9 to 5, you're talking about a job, right?
Job.
Yeah. So first of all, there's nothing wrong with jobs. So like if you love what you do, then that job is fantastic. 9 to 5 is going to be paradise. But there are some people that truly dislike their job. And so getting stuck in that 9 to 5 is very disheartening for people. So how do those people get out of it? One thing that we have to remember is it's easier to get out of it when you're younger. It's harder to get out of it when you're older. And it's harder to get out of it when you're older because you have a lot more responsibilities. You might have a mortgage on a house. You might have a car payment. You might have children and and there's a bunch of bills with them. So as you get older, it's harder to get out of the 9 to 5. When you're younger, it's easier. Like if you're in your 20s, how do you get out of it? You literally just wake up one day and say, I quit, I'm done. Because you probably don't have a mortgage. You probably maybe don't have children yet. Your bills are probably very minimum. You can move back with mom and dad and say, hey, I'm going to start my own business. Let me live back in my bedroom until I get it going. You know, you have options, but as you age, it gets more difficult. So that is one thing to understand. Another thing on getting out of it is you have to find joy in the mundane. You have to find joy in the process. You have to find joy in doing the work, not in just what the outcome is. So if you're in a business that you're working at night, say in a home-based business where you're selling someone's product or service, if you're not finding joy in actually doing it every day, but you're only doing it because you want to make $4,000 a month so you can leave your job, that's not going to work. Because think about it, you're going to work 9 to 5, then you're going to come home, you're going to spend time with the family. Now you're getting into like 7, you're tired. You're like, I'll just work my business tomorrow. I'll just work it on the weekend. Like that's what happens. But if you find joy in the process, so the process is actually working it every day, no matter how much money you make.
Right.
If you find joy in that, you'll be up until 1 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Sunday, working to get it done. So you got to find joy. And how do you find joy? By discovering your core values on what actually brings you happiness every day. Align that with your business. And that is the fastest way of getting out of the 9 to 5.
Yeah, you did well explained. Like I read just first chapter where I come and stop and I message you, I'm going to interview you when I read your core value and relation. That my grandfather is teaching. Then I said, oh, this man is know something better. And my next question is, how did you come with the 7 C's?
25 years of failure and success is the short answer. And two decades of life experiences. You know, I'll give you an example. From 1995 to 1999, I made a lot of mistakes and lost friends when I was doing my business because I was thinking about making money and not building relationships.
Right.
So I learned the hard way. So now I go on this journey of like, wait a minute, there got to be something more here, not just about making money. So I go on this journey of building relationships. So that's like where I learned relationships. Personal development, which is the second part of contribution. I also learned that in the late 90s. In my first company, I was a distributor for a network marketing company.
Okay.
And they were huge on personal growth.
Okay.
I mean, that was like the main thing. And I was just like every meeting I went to, it was always about personal growth. And I didn't get it. But every time for 4 years, I'm going over and over and I grew. And I started not to recognize myself. And I started to believe that I could do anything. That made me realize things. And then the third part of contribution. So you got the relationship. I just shared with you how I came up with that.
Right.
Personal growth. They both of those happened in the 90s.
Right.
The third one, core values, that didn't happen until 15 years later.
Right.
That happened around 2010.
Right.
Being friends with the creator of Six Sigma, I was taught the power of core values from the creator of Six Sigma. So when you look at the first C, contribution, my friend,
Right.
3 of the things that make up contribution, 2 of them I discovered from 1995 to about 2000, 2001. And then the third one I discovered between 2010, 2011. That's a big span of time.
Right.
That's how I came up with contribution. And I can give similar stories of how the other 6 came to be.
Right.
But to summarize it, it was all life experiences.
Okay, thank you. Well done. And everybody joining us all around the globe, maybe I can't read everybody's name because I'm contributing more to learn because he is a similar explanation. Anybody is joining us today, and my most heart and hearted welcome to you guys. Thank you for joining us. The second thing I'm offering you, Jim Lupkin is like very big hearted person I find with the 1 chapter. I'm going to read a book. I don't know. I'm a marathon runner. I'm not a quick fixer. And he's offering his courses in July to through August. I will everybody welcome to join us and learn from the man who did himself with the seven C's and myself, like even my mentor, other mentor, he always said, until you are not putting a dedication, you're never going to reach anywhere. And since I'm a child, I always think about like choice, chance, and change is in your own hands. And when I find his seven C's, it's really inspired me. My next question to you, Jim, when you start in a network marketing company, how do you know if it is working for you or not?
You know, I can answer this question different ways depending on when you're asking me this question. So I'm gonna answer it how I feel like answering it tonight.
Okay.
So how did I know that this was the right thing for me? Is that what your question?
Even for you or for even any network.
Anyone.
When you fell in that funnel, how you find like this networking marketing is right for me now in this moment?
So what I challenge you to do is not think at it from a network marketing point of view. Think of it as an entrepreneur, because whether it's network marketing or starting your own business, that's like a small business, it's all the same. Right. What you have to do is the first thing you need is you need to fall in love with the product. Like you need to really believe that this product should be used by everybody on planet Earth.
Right.
That has to be your belief level. You have to believe that it is the best priced, the best quality,
right,
than anything out there. That's a big statement. You know, I talk to some people and they're like, well, we're not the best. There are some other ones. And I'm like, well, then why are you selling what you're selling? Wow. You're literally admitting there's something better.
Right.
Why would you even do this then? You have to believe that your product and service is the best. Best on quality, best on price.
Correct.
Now, when I say price, I don't mean it's the lowest. It might be the most expensive because the quality of the ingredients are so high.
Correct.
But you have to believe it's the best for what it actually represents. That is the number one thing for you to be successful and for you to know that the business you're in is the right business for you. Will you, and this is the litmus test, will you use the product if you never got paid?
Depends.
Honestly, answer that. Like it's easy to sit there and say, well, yeah, of course I would.
Yes.
But take a moment, spend a weekend and say, would I really use this product? Would I really pay for this thing month after month after month?
Right.
Even if I never get paid again.
Right.
Even if there's no compensation plan.
Right.
If you have a really good heart-to-heart with yourself, many people would say no. I have friends that said yes, 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 and then they're off to another company. I'm like, what happened to this product that you thought was absolutely amazing? Well, here I can make more money. I'm like, oh, so you didn't really care about the product. Right. You just care about making money. Right. So how do you know when it's the right thing? You got to believe in the product. That is the number one thing. There's many other things I can say right now, but that is the number one thing that you have to truly believe in.
Okay, correct. And yeah, I'm 100% agree with your point. And the other one is, how do you get your team to stay motivated and stay with you like a glue?
Ooh, that's a great question. A great question, my friend. You can't.
Right.
Here's why. You have two choices. You could lead by example.
Right.
Or you can micromanage. If you lead by example,
right,
that means you are demonstrating what is possible to them.
Right.
That means every day you're waking up and enrolling new customers and new brand advocates in your business, whether or not your team does anything. Here's what happens at the end of the month. Hey, I put in 9 customers. Why didn't you put in anybody? There's nothing they can say then of, well, the product's too expensive.
Right.
I got 9 customers. The opportunity is too confusing. I just helped 5 people get started. Right. As long as you are actively producing, you will inspire those on your team that are driven, and they will step up and be just like you.
Okay.
Now, here's what happens with the micromanagement side. A lot of people hit a certain size check,
Right.
where they become very comfortable.
Right.
Then what they do is they start to micromanage their team. They stop enrolling new people. And then I go, why'd you do that? Well, I got a big team now. I'm making 15,000 a month, and I got to really focus on helping everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens over a certain period of time, their check stops growing.
Right.
I'm like, wait, I don't understand what's going on. I'm like, because you don't manage people. You don't manage leaders.
Right.
If you want to rise up leaders in your organization, you have to be a leader yourself. So how do you motivate your group? Don't micromanage, because you will never motivate them that way.
Right.
You motivate them by showing them what it means to be a leader. That is actively talking to new people every day, enrolling new customers and brand advocates every day. And when they see that you're doing it,
Right.
it inspires them to break through whatever obstacles they have,
Right.
so that they're doing it themselves.
Yeah, great answer. Great way to explain. And my next question, for someone just starting the system, the small group of people or friends, what is key advice you can give? I see you create a system. What is the key advice you can offer me?
So when you're looking at predictive social media,
Right.
this system that I created, the key advice is, one, fall in love with the idea of relationships. Really embrace what it means to build a real authentic friendship with somebody. Because if you cannot do that, you're not going to have success with my system. If you're only about business, you're only about making money, don't bother learning my system. It won't work for you. Because my system says you need to build real friendships with people, whether or not they ever do business with you or not. So that's the first thing. Embrace relationships, number one. Number two, embrace system thinking, and don't try to create your own thing. In the late 90s, when I was new, I was working with this company. It was very, very big company, and they had a lot of money going into all their marketing materials. And here I am, this young kid, senior in high school, saying I can make better materials than them. So they had these beautiful materials, the VHS tapes, like everything was so professional.
Right.
I make my own manual out of paper and markers.
Okay.
And I'm thinking mine is better.
Right.
Compared to this uber professional thing. Fall in love with system thinking, and don't try to do it, reinvent it yourself. So like, as you're learning the predictive social media system, don't look at it and say, oh yeah, this is good. I'm going to use this C, but I'm not going to use that C.
Right.
Or I'm going to use this C, but I'm going to change it a little bit because I think I can make it better.
Right.
Don't do that to yourself.
Right.
I've been doing this for 25 years, and what you might think is better, I promise you I've already done. And so what you're getting with the predictive social media is a system that's backed by Six Sigma, which validates how strong it is. And 1 out of 5 people become a customer or a brand advocate if you use the system correctly. 1 out of 5.
Wow.
So fall in love with system thinking, which is, I'm going to follow these steps every single day.
Right.
I'm not going to kind of like sway and go off and do something random. I'm just going to stick to my checklist and do it every day.
Right.
You do that with the relationships, and that is a beautiful way to get started.
Great. Great way to answer. Everybody is joining us on Facebook Live. Welcome, welcome, and big hug, virtual hug from Toronto. And we are really appreciate you are with us, and we are offering you a free getting a courses with the July, but you have to put your comment, put your name, and where are you joining, then we can offer you in a group, then you will get a disadvantage. And my last question to you, what is your personal definition of success?
I would say most people define success as money, a certain amount of money.
Right.
And the problem with that is when you hit that, when you hit that, whatever you define as success when it comes to money, once you hit that,
right,
you're going to say to yourself, it's not enough. I need to make more.
Right.
And then you're going to hit that next dollar amount. And then you're going to say to yourself, oh, this isn't enough. I need to make more.
Right.
It's this mousetrap. It will never end.
Right.
Because no matter how much money you make, you will find a way to spend it. So right now, you make, I need to make $500 a month.
Right.
You're gonna hit $500. You're gonna do it for like 5-6 months, and then all of a sudden you're gonna say, I want to make more. This isn't enough.
Right.
Then you're gonna get to $10,000 a month,
Correct.
which is a huge difference, right?
Right.
And you're gonna think this is gonna change my life. And then after a year of making 10 grand a month, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna end up buying a house bigger than what you should.
Right.
And that 10,000 really isn't that much anymore when you compare it to the mortgage
Right.
and the upkeep. And then you're like, I gotta make 30,000 a month because I'm not happy anymore.
Right.
And then you'll get to 100,000 a month if you do. And that's a huge difference from 10 to 100, isn't it? It's a massive difference.
Right.
But here's what happens. Instead of having one car, you got 4. Instead of having a $300,000 home, you have a $3 million
Right.
home. Everything is bigger.
Right.
You will never find happiness that way. So chasing that as your success metric is very shallow. And people that chase those things, you can tell by how they build friendships with you. Even the way they build friendships is shallow.
Right.
So here's what, because it's all kind of connected. So how do I define success? I don't define success based on money. I define success in my early days, before I learned about core values.
Right.
I defined success by having time freedom.
Right.
So time freedom for me when I was 19, 20, 21 years old was making like $1,500 a month, which meant I didn't have to get a job.
Right.
So my whole goal was I make $1,500, I'm free for 30 days.
Right.
And I'm super happy, super excited. As I got older, I needed to make more.
Right.
So I've been blessed to have I've been freedom for almost 26 years now.
Wow.
26 years, from 18 to 44. I do not come from money. I don't come from wealth.
Right.
My family grew up on welfare.
Right.
My family grew up where a single mom, grandma, aunt, and 2 cousins,
Okay.
and me living in a 2-bedroom house. So we did not grow up on money.
Okay.
All right. So time freedom was important to me. I wanted to own my time.
Right.
Once I learned about core values, I realized that time freedom is aligned with core values. But when you look at the core values, now for the last 11 years, I find joy in everything.
Right.
You can only do that with core values. So what is my definition of success? Is this: if I wake up and live my core values today and don't let anything mess with those, I was successful today.
Correct. Yeah.
That is it. That is it. And if you teach your team that, like if you're in a direct sales company and they're coming in wanting to make money, and they only feel successful once they start making money.
Right.
Well, if they don't make the money fast enough, they quit.
Right.
Because that is their success.
Right.
But if they understand core values, which they could easily understand within the first day,
Correct.
that means every day they are successful.
Right.
And they're like, oh my gosh, I will get to the money.
Right.
But today I've been successful. That is a total change in mindset. Your people on your team would never quit then. No one would quit if they realize they're successful every day just by living their core values. So I want to share one core value to kind of like bring this whole thing to life.
Okay.
So one of my core values is inspire.
Right.
And I could connect that to business. Like me being on here, inspiring your friends brings me joy.
Okay.
It literally makes me excited right now.
Okay.
My son was building something today.
Correct.
And I went and helped him. Now, a father helping their son, some of them might think of it as, oh, I'm just helping him. It's kind of like a routine.
Right.
But as he was doing it, I saw his face lit up when he was figuring something out. And I sat back and I said, I just inspired my boy.
Right.
That made me feel so accomplished.
Right.
That's what I mean. So the definition of success is living your core values every day.
Right.
If you do that, you will make way more money than those that chase it.
Right. Business of point of view, you've done very well, and I'm get so inspired. I always say I have everything, but I don't have a 6-figure yet.
I raised my 5 kids. Maybe I didn't tell you my story. I have like a 5 children. I have 2 set of twins. I'm a mom of 6. I done for so many side hustles, but I give them a full-time mom. I'm 100% believing and your core values and your C's. And the last, we're gonna close my comment with the believing in yourself is the secret of success. That's like the quote. Self-confidence is the foundation. And when we are saying failures, tell yourself you did start something. How far I read just one chapter, a couple things like every single day, coming back and forth. I'm reading like maybe 7 times your first chapter. I didn't go any further. Thank you very much giving us a time. All the people around the globe watching us a Facebook Live, share with your family, friends. This is for everybody. Open invitation. You can join us. Even like I didn't ask a Jim, can we do that? He's giving a free course. Guys, just jump in, and if you are hungry to learn from the person who did himself make a foundation. And I just read a one chapter. I'm like so hungry and excited to meet him and interview him, and he accept my invitation. Jim, thank you very much from my bottom of my heart. I'm looking forward to meet you again and see how we can accomplish this, all the knowledge you get through your experience, inspiring day by day, every day. Together, we can build this world better place for everybody. And
Yes.
any word or any last comment, wrap up for, you can do anything.
Yes. I would say wrap up is, tonight we talked about how to be successful in the business. And someone probably already left a comment where you can go to jimlupkin.com. Go buy the book. You get it on Amazon. You get the ebook paperback. It's backed by Six Sigma. It will change your life. And if you want to be part of our elite class that's coming up in July, join us. There's we're giving a $2,000 class away for free. Read the disclaimer regarding that. Be part of the experience with us. And I'll say this in closing. We all have limited time. We don't know when it's our time to go.
Right.
Do you want to waste your time figuring stuff out? Or do you want to start winning right now and living an amazing life right now? I already know the answer. You're like me. I want to live it right now. That's what we're offering you. Get in, check it out. Worst case, we end up building a lot of great friendships. And that's it. Thank you for having me on this interview.
Thank you for you, Jim. And really appreciate you take your time. You are super busy, man. But you get like everybody back. I'm so excited and so much. Thank you from my heart. Thank you for everybody. Us like watching us. Maybe I couldn't read and pay attention for your names. Forgive me, but we loved you all. You are watching and sharing and sending us a heart. Thank you, Jim, again, and looking forward to meet you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.